Hi and welcome to How to Use CAD. I'm Tom Norris and today I'm going to show you how to create elevation plans from layout plans. It's fairly standard work, but if you haven't done it before, the tutorial will be a big help in explaining how many architects and designers create accurate elevation plans from floor plans and layouts. So stay with me, learn the skills, and you will be creating your own elevation plans in no time. Right, for this tutorial, as you can see, we've added a few photos and existing layout plans for a particular property. So we've been to the property, did a measured survey, did a consultation with the client, and excuse me, and then the first step we take on any project is create existing layouts, existing floor plans, and as you can see, we've done it for this particular project. Now, normally once we've got existing layouts, we tend to do existing elevations, and then it's from both of those plans that we work forward on new proposals for the client. But we thought it might be interesting for people who have never really created elevation plans to get an insight into how we approach and how we do it. So there are various ways of doing it, and this is just one way. So if you're a designer or an architect and this isn't how you create your elevation plans, then that's fine. Perhaps you'll come and do a video and show young designers how it is possible to create elevation plans that are reasonably accurate for planning applications, etc. But in this case, what I've done is I've uploaded a few photographs that we've taken on the day of the consultation and the site survey, and we've created the basic layouts. So from that we should be able to create elevation plans. So let's get on with it. So one of the first things I do is I just take a line from one of the elevations, one of the front rear side of the property, etc. So now what happens is I'm going to make a copy of this layout, put it on top here, and I'm going to strip it down a little if possible. Am I? Yeah, I'm going to perhaps take out the garage, take out these red lines and just make it pretty simple, because it's the building I'm after, yeah, not the garden or the garden space, etc. So this is how we're doing. So now this is the front elevation here. So let me get rid of that front elevation. Right, so we take a line down here, and this one's an easy one because it's a bungalow. It's not a house, so it's only one floor. Right, so there we go. Right, so let's just tidy up the lines here. You might be surprised at how easy this is, or you might be surprised in other ways, but the photographs are there just to give us a visual clue. We can actually do it without the photographs, but having the photographs there just help us, quick look to see what the roof style was or how it was. So you're going to have to bear with me for a moment whilst I get the notes to see what the ceiling heights were on this particular job. Right, so I've had a look, and I've got my ceiling heights now. So let's make sure we're so we're focusing here on the front elevation. Wow. And the ceiling height is 2419. Tab 2419. Okay. You're thinking, what on earth is he doing? What is he doing? All right. Now, so have a little look at the photos now, and you can see what we're looking at here is how the roof projects over. So what we're trying to discover here is the width of the soffits. We're having a look at the width of the soffits, which I put at about 400, and which are a little bit extra large. And then of course you have the fascia board, and then you have the gutters. But 400 by say 150 would be a reasonable width. So this is how we do that. 400 tab 400, and we're going up 150, and we'll do the same on this side. Tab 400 and up 150, tab 150. Right, so now if we look at the pitch, go back again, look at the pitch on the roof. This is from the rear, so we might do better to look from the front. So now, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough today. So if we follow that line here from the top of the fascia board, you can see we're about here. That's the house next door, by the way, on this one. So it's is it a house next door? Let me think. No, it's not. This is actually it's all one bungalow. I was getting going a little bit crazy there. Right, so we can see that the top of the window is in line with the top of the fascia board, give or take. So now what we're going to do is let's just have a little brick count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, let's say 32, and then the roof 33. So I'm going to put that at 33 bricks. And each brick 75 mil. So we got 75 multiplied by 33, and we got 2475 to the apex. So let me get that. Tab 2475. Okay, and we don't need this line anymore. Now we turn off Auto, get the line tool, and there you go. Get rid of that. And you got your profile. That's your profile of your roof from here. Reasonably accurate. It's a chimney breast there, or a chimney stack. We'll look at that later on perhaps. But that's your profile. So now it's a question of doors and windows and so on. So let's have a little peep. So this is what we would normally do. So here, put back on Auto, do a short line. So as you can see now, we're using the position of the layout plans, the position of the windows in the layout plans, to show us where to that's wrong, to show us where to put the windows in, and that's how it should be. It's not guesswork, well, occasionally, but not generally. Right, we get the porch here, take another few lines down, and right. Looks a bit weird, I suppose, if you haven't really done it before, but there you go. So we got porch, we got lounge window, and we got bedroom window. So right, let's go back and have a look at these photos again. And we're looking at, you can see that we're stepping up here, so we're going to have to look at that in a little while. The ground is higher on this side. So down here, front entrance, we got 1, 2. I suppose it's 2 bricks. It could be 3, but let's say 2 bricks, which is about 150 from this point here. So let's do that. So it's a little bit more. Let's just pop this down. So I'm going to use this line as the inside floor finish. So we're going to go down about 100 here. Tab 100. So now what we tend to do, let me pull this one back, is that make these a little bit separate. So you're going to have to bear with me on this one because you're basically doing an over the shoulder look, and you're seeing how drawings are done, all the errors and all the retouches and so on and so forth. So it's not like a finished video that you can, where all the errors, omissions and taken out. This has got all the faults in as well. So we generally represent the inside floor level with a light grey dotted line. So going to do it this way. There you go, I'm blind today. Right, so this line should be dotted and it should be light grey. Right, so let's have a little look at the photos again. So basically there's a step here just past the door entrance, and it's sloping up a little. So it's then let's just get that right again. See how useful the photos are now. So it comes down, the brickwork comes down on this half, so we do a little line here. So effectively this line goes the whole way up. I'll just leave it a little bit short at the moment. Actually, that's not quite right either. So let's just do it there. And this line comes to here, say. Gonna have to use spline. Take off ortho because we're going to there you go. Now so we're working here on, yeah, this is where this changes to brickwork here. Now let's again have a little look to see where the window and the door is. So that's about one brick down. Yeah, it's about one brick down from below the soffit. So if I come down 75. Pop it across. That's your top. Right, let's look at the photo now again. Right, we got a standard frame, standard door. Okay, so what we tend to do here is we use our parallel tool and tab minus, we're going to do a 40mm frame, tab 40, tab minus 40. Let's do a sill first, and the sill will be tab 40. And then we're going to do tab 40 again, and all will be explained in a little while. Right. I wish I had found tutorials of this nature when I was getting started in architectural services many years ago. It would have been such a huge help. Right, so now you're actually seeing how people work, how they earn the money, basically. How they, oh, wow, how they convert layout plans into elevation plans. And as I say, it's not rocket science, but it's great as against working it out for yourself. It's great having an insight as to how other people do it. Right, what's an average front door? Well, let's assume it's a standard door, which is 762. So if we go tab minus 762 using the parallel line tool, we've got our door. From that we use tab 40. Actually, I think that was wrong. Yeah, it should have been tab minus 40. And now we're going to get that frame sorted out. So we'll get a frame sorted out. Again, simple enough. So I'm taking the line tool now from left up here. I'm taking it from the right. Take it from it's not on the pop-up toolbar today. Using a different template. By the way, this is TurboCAD Deluxe 2022, brand new. Been trying it out, and it does flow very gracefully, which I'm pleased to say. Right, let's focus on getting you a door. Now, at this point, we can go out and do a CAD block, or get a CAD block for the door, but it's hardly worth it. So what I'm going to do is just create a door from scratch. So here I'm going to do a 70 tab minus 70 mil wide frame. 70 tab 70, and at the bottom tab 70. I know there'll be some people watching this video and going, what the hell is he doing? I don't understand this. Just bear with me. Stay with me, and all will be revealed, as they say. Oh my. Snapping seems to be a little off today. I've probably done something, changed something. You have days like that. You've made some sort of alteration in the drawing. It did something, but you inadvertently did something else. Right. That one should be. Let me see. We don't need the frame on this one. That was in fact for here only. That's what we want. Right, let's fix this one. Incidentally, the bottom bar on most doors is always higher than the top bar or the side bars, just how they're built. Right, so here we have the window here, door here, except I think the door has 2 panels if I remember correctly. Let's have a little peep here on the drawing. Yeah, 2 panels, and they're going across the fixed panel as well. So I could measure it, I could do loads of things, but I'm choosing not to. Right, so we're coming down, we're going to tab minus 70, keep everything in proportion. Basically, on projects like this, elevation plans and so on, we really don't bother using CAD blocks for the doors, unless it's a big project or something. Then we do CAD blocks for specific types of doors. But generally, as I say, we will end up just making the doors on the spot, especially if they're simple doors, which in this case they are. Yeah, this is I believe I must have knocked something off, because we're not snapping exactly as the way I'd like to. So let me just check that for a moment. That's on. Turn that baby off. And this one should be on. Yeah, sometimes you make a change here and there, and it just affects the drawings you're doing. So we're looking right now. So let's see. Hopefully we'll see an improvement on the snapping. Right, don't know what happened to this line. Sometimes I see that when we're trying to snap it doesn't, so we have to drag past or drop the line and then go back to it. Right, 2-panel door, and we said that the fixed panel on the left was the same. It had a dividing bar. So you can, as you can see, it's certainly not rocket science, but it can be, well, it can be a little tiresome, just if you have loads and loads of lines to do. But the main thing is you can actually do it. And I'm taking away the boogeyman here. I'm showing you how experienced designers can actually do it, or one way of doing it. There's always more than one way of doing any project. That's for sure. And today you're seeing me do it this particular way. Tomorrow there might be an element of copy and pasting from another drawing, or it could be from a CAD block, and so on and so forth. But you know, the role here is to teach you about how to create. And the tutorial is based around the giving you an understanding of how we create the elevations from the layouts, and that's what we're doing. So now, because we've stepped up, well, how many bricks have we stepped up? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've stepped up. Forget the lintel. We've stepped up 4 bricks. So 4 bricks. That's the bedroom window. I'm ignoring this window. So we can do that one first, I guess. But I'll put the line in now that I've checked. So from here it's 75 times 4, 300. Tab 3. So that's the line for the next window. We'll work out the bottom in a moment. And this is basically all of it. So, right, let's see what the heights are. Well, we've come up a little, and then this is about 3 bricks. So again, about 225. Come up. Let me get that and make sure I get that right. There's a step on the door. Step is here, isn't it? Yeah. We don't actually have to put the step in because it's not part of the elevation. It's just part of the roof or part of the exterior patio, etc. But I guess it would help if you can see that as well. So if you think it helps, then bring it in. And that's still going slightly uphill because this space is larger than this one. But I think we'll deal with that in a minute. From now we'll go 3 bricks up from around this point to create the base for the kitchen, or the base for the window. So to do that, do it from here in fact. I'm going to go 225. And there you go. There's your bottom of the window. And when it comes to do the bottom of the window, you've got your timber sill and you've got your tiled sill or your concrete sill. So we don't necessarily do this as accurate as we could do, what we want to do is represent the window. And by that means there'll be times where I'll just do what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go tab 40, that is my sill. Now I'm doing the window, which is 3 sections, and I'm going to go again all the way around. I'm going to go the wrong one, tab 40, tab -40, tab 40, tab -40. This is basically just to get us a frame, and from the frame then we can make up the sections of the window. There we go. Yeah, it's done in a step-by-step, stage-by-stage basis. Okay, getting there. It's the inner one. Now, I think it was 3 sections if I remember correctly. Are they equal sections? Yeah, 3 sections equal. We're not even going to represent the bit that opens so much, but let's just get the 3 sections, equal sections in. So for that I'm going to do a measurement here. So we go measurement 1630 divided by 3. So now we know it's 543. We want 543. So parallel lines again. This one, and we go tab -543, and then we do another one, tab 543. There you go, that's your 3 sections. But now these are centers, these are center points, so this is how I generally do. Tab -20, tab 20. Now you see I've got, if I remove the center line, I've now got a 40mm bar. So let's do it again. Parallel. We go tab -20, and then we go tab 20 and remove the center bar. Right, so let's get on with it. Same thing down here. As I say, remember there's no absolute right way of doing anything, especially with AutoCAD or TurboCAD. Various ways you can do the same thing. So if you feel that I'm not doing it the way you do it, think nothing of it. This is the way I'm doing it. End of story. And you know, you develop your own skills wherever you've learned, or whoever showed you, or how you've learned. You'll do it your way, and you'll get used to doing it like so. Right, we know that this top section opens, so we're going to create. So I'm looking, it's about 1/3. Again, planners won't mind so much about this. This is about accuracy. This doesn't really have to be entirely accurate, just representative. It's not a detailed section. If it was a detailed section and it was a listed building, then yes, you need to be accurate, but it's not. So the next step is parallel. I'm going to do tab 40, and let's see if we can double up here. Speed up the process. Why not? Okay. One thing I haven't been doing is saving my work. So perhaps I better point out that saving the work is important. Power goes, anything goes. You end up losing 2 or 3 hours maybe on a project, which, that's happened. So right, let's get back again and have a look at this. We're doing fine. So I also see we have a barge board at the front, and we'll deal with that shortly. Now, what I've said before, we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks up. I think I've done the line already. That's what it is. And again, this window is in how many sections? 4 sections. Looks a bit odd. Looks like they have secondary glazing inside, which makes it look a little odd. But let's divide it up into 4 sections. What about the height on this one? Well, the height on this one is pretty easy. You can work it out. I do actually have the measurements from the survey, but this is another way of doing it. You can just count the bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's call it 17 bricks. So 75 times 17 is 1275. So we're looking at 1275 for tab 1275. I often find that even when I do it accurately, counting bricks or doing the measurements, sometimes they look wrong, You're looking at the drawing, you think that just doesn't look right. Tab minus 40 for the tiled sill. And it looks wrong, and that's it in a nutshell. And it's wrong. And it looks, this one, to me, looks like it should be over some more. So perhaps the window in the in the actual layout isn't quite correct, but I believe it to be, because I'm the one that did the site survey on that. So we're going to work, even though it might look wrong, we're going to work with it. So 4 sections. Quick way of doing it would be, I suppose, we do it like so. Could have done the frame first, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Right, let's get the parallel out. We're going to go tab minus 40. This one we're doing tab minus 20. Tab minus 20. Tab minus 20. And now we're going to go the other way. Tab 40. What have I done wrong there? Here we go. Tab 40. Tab 20. Tab 20. Tab 20. Right, remove the inner lines. The other thing is, when you make 1 or 2 windows on a house like this, you can then use those windows in the rest of the house. So it's not uncommon. So it's not a complete waste having to make all of the windows. Right, tab minus 40, as against using a CAD block. Tab 40. Right, let's get these windows working. Now, the thing is, on this particular project, I don't need to show you every elevation. You don't have to watch me doing every elevation, because you're not going to be learning much. The main thing is to see me doing one elevation, and then you just replicate. Similar procedure, just follow it. And it's the first elevation is usually the hardest, because you're establishing the floor heights, the slopes, the roof height, etc., etc. Perhaps I'll do an outline for the next elevation, just to show you how much quicker it is because you've already established the core profile. And of course, if you're doing more windows at the back, then the likelihood is they're similar heights, similar widths, so everything is quicker on the other elevations. So we'll see what it looks like when we do this one. But also there's a bit of dressing up going on, meaning you've got your elevations, you've got, which, you know, all of this is to scale, and you've got the elevations working, you've got it in representative and so on, but there's then ways of telling the planners, you know, what the walls look like. Are they rendering? Are they pebble dash? Are they brickwork? So we'll make a decision on that as to how we represent it for the planners. This is for a planning application. It's not in a listed or a conservation area or an Article 4, etc. It's just a standard area, so it's a standard homeowner planning application, thankfully. Yeah. Oops. There you go. That's me being a bit clumsy here. Yeah, piece by piece it gets done. Let's get those down here. Yeah, I was doing one recently. It was 7 floors in Kensington in London, and all of the ornamental stonework, etc. And that took a couple of days just to do one elevation to the front because of the high level of detail. Okay, so what are we doing here now? We are doing, well, we don't need the representative line now here because it's on ground level. So that can be okay. Come on now, help us out here. Sometimes they snap, and other times I've got to use the control N to make things snap. Right, we've got an outline. Let's have a look at the picture. What else am I missing? I think let's do something with the barge boards now. Again, representative is what I'm after here. So if I come down, say 300, tab -3, let's see what that does to us. Tab -300. We can let's just check on that line to see if it was in the center. No, it's to the left, which is absolutely fine. So the barge boards are getting representative. Take off ortho here for a second. Just pop it into that angle. That will work nicely, I think. Yeah, make sure it's a bit more accurate. Do the same on the other side. It looks like it's there, but generally it takes a couple of goes. In this case, 3 goes. Thank you. Right, anything else defining here? Got a chimney here, but let's see if it's showing in the... yeah, the chimney breast is there, so it's on that line, about there. So we can do that. We can do a chimney. So put the chimney on. No, in fact, I believe there was a chimney in the kitchen and a chimney there. There's a chimney breast there, but I remember it wasn't operational, and there was something in the kitchen which was operational, so I think we're getting it wrong, so I'm going to leave it for now. It's not something I'm going to bother on, but generally the inside, the interior, will dictate where the chimney breast is. But in this case there's no working chimney stack on top of this old chimney breast, but there is one here, so we're going to leave it for now. Right, so we've done front elevation. Let me give you an example. So what I would do here is copy that, and I would generally do something like this. It's all about making everything look reasonably smart, and what I like is I like that things match up reasonably tight. So what we have here is front elevation. Right. Front elevation existing. Right, so now we have an elevation. Technically I don't need that, but I don't need it for this elevation, but I actually do need it over here. So now here we take a line. What we can do is spin this one around, and again can position it above the roof line. Take a line from here, take a line from there. Come on. And we know that the house moves around and takes another line from here. Oops, that's the inside one, we want the outside one. Right. Now there's a height differential here. As you can see, there's steps. This is on a higher level. So let's focus on the main building, because this is a flat roof and so is that. So the main building would be here. Now we know the height of the roof. So generally on an apex roof, the roof comes out a little, so we're going to emphasize that here. So how I do that, I'm going to give it, well, let's just have a look at the photos if they can help me here. To see at the back, see the way this fascia etc. comes out. It comes out quite a bit, doesn't it? It comes out about 500. At the front, let's have a look. Front elevation, yeah, comes out as well. Right, so we're going to emphasize that in the drawing, so we're going to do it. We're going to come out about 5, tab 5. That's way too much, so something's wrong there. I think an extra 0, perhaps. Tab 5. Do the same here. Come on down. And we know the facial level will be the same. Bring this one down. This one down. And tidy that up. And this is our side elevation with no windows, no nothing. So there's nothing to go in there. But when we come out here, when we start adding here and then take into effect, so we know that the steps start, that's internally, so the steps start around there. So the sile basically has to go up about 4 foot. So I'm going to have to go back and check the drawings and check out, the notes from the survey. to work out how we do the bottom line and go up, etc. To draw this bit. So that this bit will be drawn on a slightly higher level, and then come on down. It'll slope down or step it down. So we'll do that, but we're not doing it. We're not doing it as part of this lesson, because I think that otherwise the lesson is going to last for maybe a couple of hours, which is way too long. But what I wanted to do, I'm going to delete this now. So what I wanted to do was to show you how we are. So what we've done here is we've done one of the side elevations in part. We've done the front elevations. Now there's a few little bits here to tidy up, so I'm going to explain what we do here. So first off, let me just show you what we would do here. And again, make it absolutely clear to the planners what's what. This would be, well, generally this would be north or south or east or west, so we'll just call it a south, S-O-U-T-H. But obviously we would check it to make sure which one it is. But so I'm just showing you how we would group them out, how would we set them out. So it's nice to have the lines that match up. It's nice to have these where we name the drawing. It's nice to have these line up also, to give a little bit of style and professionalism to your drawing. Now something else we do. So where it comes to the roof outlines, like these three pieces here. So what I would normally do here is I would thicken up the lines just a touch. So whereas we have 1, 0, I will make 1. Likewise on the barge boards, make it. Now you are not going to see any difference on the CAD, but on the PDF when they blow it up, these lines will be represented as heavier. This one again, because this one isn't quite represented properly, because we need a fascia board here, and the fascia board kicks in. So do the fascia board. Sometimes we will do the gutters, and we will do the rainwater pipes going down. For this lesson I'm certainly not going to bother, because if I tell you, we generally do it, then it's up to you to do it. Planners have never ever asked me for it, where I've left it out, but we might put it in just to represent, or to give everything a better look. Now, what else can we do to help? So this is brickwork. So shall we show? What about this? It's tiles. Shall we show? Yeah, why not? Because this is what the tutorial is about. I'm showing you not only how to draw the elevation plan from the layout, but I'm going to show you how to use some fill tools to further differentiate the building materials and give you a much better drawing. So because this is a rectangle, this is going to be very easy, so let's just do that. Let's just get a rectangle going here. We can do, so again, different ways of doing this. So I'm going to use brickwork here. Which brickwork am I going to use? That one there, or am I going to use this one? No, little one. Let's try the little one. Try 17. Yeah, I was doing that from memory. And let's go back out and do this one now from the properties palette. So representing. So we do the light grey. Take off the no outline. So basically, let's do the brickwork. Get my entity or D point here. So it's important enough to get your scaling right. If you're going to do brickwork, etc., brickwork should represent what a brick is, and like it shouldn't be like a standard brick is 225 wide, so this should be 225 by about 75. So I don't think this is 100% accurate, but it's reasonably representative. Roof would be the same. We're going to represent roof tiles, even though it's not exactly. For example, the tiles we're going to put on. Well, let's have a little look and see. So I need another rectangle. This time I can do it all from the properties palette. So So we go here and we pick, which tile are we going to pick? I'm going to pick this one. Of course it's way too big. Got a brush. Again, about 17. See what that looks like. Way too small. So we go 25. In fact, do 27. Which looks a bit bigger. We don't want a black tile, so we're going to go again, go light, and we don't want a perimeter, otherwise you're going to have two lines at the top, and it doesn't always look right. Okay, so we're getting a message. We've got, so any planner looking at that will see automatically tile roof, brick walls. You can do it for the front. Let's see now, because remember how it was. Let's just pull that photo up here instead of me going back and forth. So we had bricks rendering. So anyone know how to do that? You know how to do this one, because now we've got dodgy shapes, isn't it? Right, let's see how we can do that. And that's not how we do it. Bear with me now. And again, it's different people do things in different ways, so if it doesn't, there's no such thing as a wrong way, even though you might look at some of the things I might do and you think, oh, that's wrong. But no, it's not wrong, it's just how I do it. Right, so we're going to do brickwork into this little section. So for that I'm going to turn off ortho. I'm going to use the, is it the polyline tool? I'm going to click and close, and then I'm going to double click. Go brush, and what are we doing here? Bricks, and I think we said we did 17. I think we did light grey, and I think we took off the border, so let's do that on the properties tab. So we're taking off the border, no outline. Those bricks look a little bit too big, so I'm going to remind myself again which size these were. 17. They look a bit too big. Am I using the same brick? Let's just see. Let's just check it. Ah, that's better. Right. So sometimes you get the wrong brick, and even though scale the same, it's gonna look different. Now I think. Let's see, this one looks way better. So I think it's the other one I got it wrong. So which one is it? BRSTD. Right. BRSTD 17. Okay. Bricks look a little bit small now, so it should be 25 maybe. 25. That looks better. This one. 25. Right, so now get rid of this line, then we don't need it. Yeah, it's gone. So we need a rectangle. No, we're going to need, let's do the awkward bits first, shall we? Because we're going to have to do a polyline here. Come on, snap for me. Don't make me look bad. I've got my YouTube viewers to consider. Right, get a polyline. Knock off ortho. Grab there. Grab there. Grab there. Close. Brush it was. And I don't think that was the one. That's the one. And we said 25. Good. Sizing is the same. And we're going to go for a light grey. And no outline. So now you see how we get the continuity. Now you notice the way this one matches up. So if I put it up here, no matter where I put it, it's going to match. It automatically joins the two filled areas. That took a little working out in the early days. How the hell does it do that? And it was a fantastic bit of coding. Oops, wrong one. It was a fantastic bit of coding that allows that. Yeah, when you do the fill, it all matches up. So now we need a square bit or a rectangle. Why not? Let's see if we can pick from here. Brick. You kidding me? Is that what I should have been picking all the time? Let's see, size. 17. And to see what this looks like, I'm curious. So brick. 17. Well, clearly it's not the right one. So if I go back just briefly and I pick BRSTD, because I'm not going to change all this back again. So BRSTD is representative enough for me. There you go. We know it's 17. And we know it's light grey. No outline. We can do that one here. Again, do the D. Seems there's a misalignment here. I'm going to sort out in just a second. Right, this one is 224, 25. Now let's just go back. This is 25. Trial and error. Eye for detail. That's what it is. There you go. Not quite right, is it? That's interesting, but it's not quite right. No, so I'm trying to figure out what I've done wrong there. So I'll bring this one up again. BRSTD 25. BRSTD 25. Yeah, something wrong, but I'm using the correct pattern and the correct size. So occasionally that happens. Not much you can do about it except start again. And I'm not prepared to do that. This is real life. Okay. Again, it's this you do. It's not compulsory that you do it. It's up to you if you want to do it. It's to make your plans look well. It's to represent the materials on the walls, external walls, etc. So if there's a misalignment here, again, I'm not going to fuss about it. I've achieved my my aim. Now here we have white rendering. We could leave it at that, or we could do a little cement rendering. And I'm going to, based on what I've done now with the fill on the brick, I'm going to let you work it out yourselves how to do a bit of rendering here. So basically it's one of the concrete fills, and you get the spacing reasonably accurate, dull it down to grey. That's what I would do, and then fill it in using the polyline tool, and fill it in sections like I've done, and it should all match up. Right, so we're nearly at the end of our tutorial here, but before I go, what I wanted to show you was something else we've been doing quite a bit of, and it's just another little reminder. So what I do here is, well, I can do it that way actually, but I'm going to show you another way. Just hover and click the right so that we can change this. So we're going to go brush. We're going to pick a color. I'm going to pick the, just for simplicity, let's pick this cyan. And so now what happened? Well, that didn't quite work out. So start again. Hover here. That's what happened. So I have to do the pattern, and then there we go. So now when I go to do a square or rectangle, it comes pre-filled. So why would I do that? Well, let me explain. And I'm using a very vibrant color here for this. But again, I'm putting the glass in the windows. Going to give you drawings in new sparkle. There you go. Let's have a look. So get rid of the photo and square this up. There we go. So, in a nutshell, that's how you create elevation plans from layouts. So the photographs helped, and I've given you a little bit of additional information with regard to the fill. So you can play around with the fill tools, and don't forget, like I said before, add a little bit of thickness, extra thickness to these lines up on the roof. It does help. And I think that we're at the end of the tutorial. So now go find yourself some layout plans and create elevations from them. And well, within no time, like I said on the intro, you should be able to create decent elevation plans. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with me. I hope you enjoyed. If there's something I missed or something you'd like to see, do put a message in or just make a comment on the video. I might be able to come back to you or work something out. But in the meantime, good luck with all your drawings and everything you're doing. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.